Hey guys, I'm back with another action figure review, and today we're going to take a look at the Marvel Legends Constrictor. Released in March of 2012, so just about a little over a year ago, from Hasbro, in the Terrax series, which was the first from the Return of Marvel Legends. So, yeah, fairly old now, I guess. I mean, not old, but I actually picked him up recently, though, still in a store. He's on a lot of shelves still. I guess nobody likes him, but I think he's a cool figure, so I'm happy to have picked him up. I grabbed him at Target for the reduced price that they're doing for Marvel Legends lately. They did a price drop for $12 a figure, so I figured why not pick him up. And yeah, so I'm just going to show you the box first. So you have the Return of Marvel Legends sticker still on there since it was the first wave. Constrictor is in here. Build Terrax comes with the upper torso, which I'll show you. Marvel Legends. He just fell back there. Constrictor artwork up top. You have the cool little chart that it shows you who comes with which piece. So then you have the wave on the back. Terrax himself. Steve Rogers. Hope Summers, Extremis Iron Man, Claw, Constrictor, Ghost Rider, and Thor. So pretty strong wave, except for Claw. Nobody likes Claw. He's still on shelves as well. I find that the only ones left on shelves, and I mean at my local Targets anywhere, which is where I got this guy, Hope Summers, Claw, and Constrictor are the only ones left. I would have liked to see a Ghost Rider because I would love to pick that guy up for a retail price, and maybe a Steve Rogers at the dropped price. But I do have Extremis Iron Man and Thor. Thor is an awesome figure. Well, they both are, actually. And so is this guy, so yeah. And then you have, right. You have the artwork of Constrictor, which is really nice. Love the glowing, whatever they're called. Eek. Sorry, guys. And then you just have a little bit of a, it's not really a bio, it's just a blurb, so, he fell. Don't mind him. But I'm just going to show you the piece to Terrax, which is his upper torso, as it said. It looks kind of small. I mean, I haven't picked up a Marvel Legends figure in a while. I've been getting, you know, DC Universe Classics, and I think they generally have a little bit bigger figures for their collecting connects. So this just seems kind of small to me, but nonetheless, it's a nice piece, nicely sculpted, it looks like. Smooth movement in the ab crunch, and this piece for his harness is removable, so you can actually take that off and you can just look at the torso like that. And this is just a really soft rubber, and then this is going to connect to the bottom of his skirt, his belt. So that's the piece that comes with him. And I'll take a look at the figure. So yeah. Definitely a nice figure. He's built on the same body, I know, as the, like my Future Foundation Spider-Man. I think it's the Bullseye body. Really nice, slim body, good articulation, looks really good, so, good choice for him. The only issue is he doesn't get the good feet that the Future Foundation Spidey got, but I guess that's because he was in a later wave, and that's when they sort of came up with them. But, yeah. So I'll give you a look at the face. Really cool looking face. He looks really just evil, man. He looks like he's just gonna bite you or something, or laugh in your face, I don't know. Evil laugh, of course, because that's just what his face looks like. He actually kind of reminds me of Copperhead from the DC Universe Classics. I mean, underneath his snake head, which is kind of fitting, I suppose. Constrictor, Copperhead. So, otherwise his sculpt is the same as, you know, the body type. He's got a little bit of a, sort of a belt buckle sculpted in. And clean paint work for the most part. There's just this kind of a dot here. And the lines look really clean, all of them, up and this way and straight across. And on the face, again, the paint looks great. The mouth looks really good. Eyes, everything looks really clean. On top of the head, he's got a sculpted, this is sculpted here. Which looks really good. Really nice to have that sort of texture going there. And then on the back, clean lines again, except into the muscles here. It didn't make it into the muscles. But Doesn't take away too much. And then he's got these boots that are, they're not sculpted per se. They're you know, there's a boot swivel, but it's just painted onto the leg here, and it does go up the knee here, which is all just paint. Again, clean, pretty clean. So it looks good. Yeah, I mean, overall it's really cleanly painted, nicely sculpted, of course. This is a nice body for the Marvel Legends. And of course he has his constrictor things, which are quite like warped from the packaging. Well, this one in particular is like curling this way, so I'm gonna have to dip them in hot water and try and like straighten them out a little bit, just so they're easier to pose. But I'll just give you a look at, just kind of, you can see that they have the notches in them. They look really good, and they're obviously soft and bendable. And then they come right out of his wrist, his hand area, whatever, top of his hand, out of this sculpted piece that looks really good, and again, it's really cleanly painted. And the notches, there's actually notches here, not like the body where these are just painted black lines, and on the boots, these are actually notches in the orange, then painted black, and that looks really good. So, yeah, and he's just got fists otherwise. So yeah, really nice character. I really wanted, when I saw this wave, I actually did want him. I'm not too familiar with the character. He was in the later end of, or the aftermath of Civil War, and that's about all I know him from, briefly. But I do like the figure, and it's, so why not, for, you know, 12 bucks. He's actually going for like $9 on Amazon now if you throw him in an order where you're gonna get free shipping or you have Prime shipping. But yeah. So with articulation, which is pretty standard for Marvel Legends these days, head can do a 360. It's also on a hinge, so you get really nice up and down. I really wish Mattel would start doing this with the DC figures. The hinge just really helps you out there. He's got his arms can go, if you see, they're on a bullet joint, so they can go all the way around. This one can, anyway. And then they also have the butterfly joints, so they can get forward and back really nicely. And you have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, and you have a glove swivel, or gauntlet swivel, I guess. Really nice because it has this piece here, so that looks good. It's got an ab crunch with a nice ratchet, and kind of like my future Foundation Spider-Man, when I took him out of the packaging, was very loose. This guy's slightly loose, that he kind of does fall over a little bit, but it's not as bad, so I'd probably just leave that one alone. He does have a waist twist, and I think others have mentioned this, that the one problem with this body, it is a nice body, but there's a problem, is that the upper body where it meets the waist, or sort of undie looking area, it doesn't widen out enough, and so he has this like step down, and it's like his waist is too wide for this area. So it looks kind of weird. You maybe get a good view of it right there. But it's not super noticeable, so it doesn't bother me too much. He has ball joint legs that his left side does not want to cooperate on the top or bottom. Okay, there we go. Both jointed legs go up and down all the way around, blah blah blah, and they get twisted up, that I'm not a huge fan of. And they have the built-in thigh swivel, double jointed knees, also which Mattel would get on this. And then he has a foot swivel and hinge, but no rocker, which is kind of a bummer, because every time I try to pose him, I feel like I need a rocker from when I get him into a pose I like. And also the hinge is a black piece of plastic instead of orange. So if you, for some reason, stick his foot down like this, you get these black notches in them, which look kind of weird. But otherwise, a really nice figure. He does have 2 peg holes in the bottom, though he doesn't come with a stand. And see, his legs are all twisted up. Okay. But yeah, really nice figure overall. Cool colors. I don't know if I mentioned this is a navy, not black. So he's navy and orange. I know I said black on the lines, and I think the lines are black. I don't think, sorry, sorry, I'm like sticking this in my face. Yeah, I think these lines that are painted are black, but his body is actually navy. If you can see that. Which I think it's showing up on the camera, so yeah. Navy and orange. So, cool colors. And nicely sculpted. So, yeah guys. That is the Return of Marvel Legends Wave 1 from Hasbro. Constrictor. And yeah, I definitely recommend him if you like the character or just Marvel Legends in general. He's a cool one. And thanks for watching the review, guys. See you next time.